All right, welcome to the next in the 67-day persuasion, closing, sales, all those important things you're going to need to get to the highest levels financially. And so today, now, as you become more advanced in marketing, you're going to figure out ways of modulation, which is a fancy word of saying to pull out multiple tools at one time. Try one tool on them, it doesn't work. Bring out another, and you're going to be able to move from tool to tool. Like Casanova said, the most persuasive man, the best sales and marketing guy ever, he said, to get what he wanted, he had to be able to be the chameleon, meaning he had to change tools. A chameleon sometimes has red skin on. That's it, because a chameleon hides. That's how it survives. So its tool to survival is being able to match. If they're in a green background, they turn green. The skill I want you to start to practice from today, from this lesson we're talking about right now. I want you to become a master of personality typing. Another way, like I said at the beginning of this lesson, a person who understands psychometrics. You walk into a room, you understand, oh, I'm talking to Susie. And I want you to start doing this. I don't want you to delineate between, okay, now I'm doing sales and marketing and closing, and now getting coffee. To get good at this over these 67 days, it's kind of like a challenge, 67-day persuasion challenge. I want you to practice this everywhere you go. To practice it with your, waitress, waiter, someone you see at a store. Begin to read people because, like Malcolm Gladwell says in his book, it takes a while. He talks about the 10,000 hour rule. It takes 10,000 hours, he said, to really master a skill. And make no mistake, this is a skill. Boy, if you could give me a company full of sales and marketing people who understood this, I would take that over any other skill. I would take that over somebody who's never used a computer before, who's never used Facebook, never done internet marketing, never done a TV or video campaign. All those things can be learned much quicker, or not much quicker. All those things are preferred for me. I'd rather teach them how to log into Facebook. And so in 67 days, or you're already in the program, however many days you have left, my goal for you is to be a personality type machine. Now, obviously you want to turn this off sometimes if you're married or something, or you don't always want to just be reading their personality type. It can get annoying with your closest friends. So practice it, and it's more important to even practice it on strangers. So the reason I've developed something that I'm going to show you now next is because all of these systems are relatively complicated. Myers-Briggs, you have ENTJ, INFJ, INTP, there's 16 types. It's a little complicated to remember. Hexaco, similar. Hexaco's pretty hard to remember. The neurosis, that's not really all-encompassing. This is more romance. This is more learning type. So I came up with my own system saying, I forget who said it. It was like Mark Twain or somebody said, all humans are like the moon. They have their dark side, meaning people will not always reveal themselves to you. So sometimes, and especially emotional people, they're very sensitive, so they tend to come off as not emotional. In fact, that's one of the ways I know somebody is emotional. I'm like, you're sensitive, are you? If they say, no, I'm not sensitive, then they probably are. They're sensitive about being sensitive. It's like kind of ironic. Okay? So when you're out at a coffee shop and you're reading somebody, don't always be fooled by the exterior facade. Sometimes you got to look a little further, a little deeper in there. Okay? But remember, the first draft's for the trash. Your first attempt at this is going to be not very good. And 67 days from now, I bet you'll be a heck of a lot better if you stick to this. What's the reward for being good at this? Well, the reward is your potential closing rate, your potential persuasion powers go from 25%, because the average person can convince 25% of people to do stuff, because that 25% of people is like them. But you'll be a superstar. Imagine the closing rate if you could quadruple it. Imagine if you had 4 times the customers now. Imagine if you had 4 times the amount of people interested in investing in you. your life would instantly, overnight, no longer be the same. Whether it be the house you'd be living in, the cars you'd be driving, the extra money you'd have in the bank so you could sleep good at night, the extra millions of dollars you could invest in new things and charities and all this, that all predicates and hinges around those 4 letters. Okay?